Okay, hello and welcome to Unbox the podcast, a podcast that helps you live your best life. Today, I have the pleasure of having one of my old friends and clients, and today she's going to talk about what mentoring has meant for her. Please welcome with me Lena from Beirut, Lebanon. Hi, Lena, and thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Sahar. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be with you.
You actually gave me the idea of this podcast. You said, Sahar, I want to tell you, I want to tell everyone, I want to tell the whole world, how much better you felt after we did a bit of mentoring together. And we did it in a very unusual way because of the situation in Lebanon. There's no internet, there's no electricity. We were just texting and voice messaging on WhatsApp. Thankfully, we have WhatsApp. But I really saw a huge change within you over the period that we were kind of working together. I don't know, 40, 45 days or so. You've made amazing, amazing recovery. Tell us, first of all, tell our listeners, what were you feeling? What was the reason that you reached out to me?
Okay, I had reached a point in my life, like a really crucial point, where I'd seen so many healers and doctors and therapists, and I've learned many healing modalities, and I've read a lot about self-development, and did courses with Deepak Chopra, Anthony Robbins, Louise Hay. Like, there's not one thing I didn't do to try and help myself for the last 30 years, and everything seemed to be working. And God bless all these people; they're amazing. But certain things work for certain people, I guess. But so when I reached out to you and answered your question, I was at a point where, khalas, like 30 years, like, what, nothing's working, and I just can't keep feeling better and fixing the problem or the issue for a certain period of time, and then I plummet back down to not even square one, like minus whatever. So when I reached out to you, I remembered how we have such a connection because you're able to do that. I mean, I've known you for like 25 years now or so. Yeah. And when I met you in London, so I'm so blessed that I know you. And I was like, I've only got Sahar, like, she can't fix me. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I was really concerned because I know you and I know you're very active as a producer and very successful. And then you texted me and you said, I can't move. I'm almost paralyzed. I don't feel well. And I got really concerned because this is not the Lena that I know. So this is the point that we started from. And is it because of the situation and what has been going on? Well, it doesn't matter what the reason is. But tell us how you started to change, or how did you feel that things started to change for you?
Well, the first thing is that, I'd seen you in London before for different things, for psychic readings or coffee cup readings, or, different healing modalities, and to give me a bit of guidance in my work and my business, and letting me know, which way to go when I would always consult you. But I'd never done this Unbox thing before, and it was so new. And I was like, the way you just went in. You didn't like want to know the story.
No.
You just like, it's like immediate surgery intervention, So sorry, I'm sweating a bit because there's no electricity in Lebanon.
I know, it's very hot today, even in Dubai.
It's so hot. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that what really worked for me, and I think most people would if they had the opportunity to work with you, is that I felt I was heard. I felt somebody really, really cared and was really, really listening. مش إنه هيك إنه yeah, I'm listening, I care because this is my job. No, like, you genuinely cared, and I was in a very bad place. I was gonna die. I was really withering. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move my muscles. I was suffering from PTSD from the infijar of Beirut, the blast that happened 4th of August. So I was completely in a million, billion, trillion, zillion pieces. And I felt at home with you. Like, I felt centered, like I felt grounded, like this person is really going to look after me and take care of me, but not in the sense of being me clingy and needy to you. You gave me the power. You just guided me and were so supportive. And I would send you 50 billion text messages and you're always there, and you didn't like say, khalas, enough, So you really, held the space for me to express myself without judgment, And, you know, with all your expertise and knowledge, you know, I felt you were the best person, because everything that I've studied in the world of self-development and healing and psychiatry and all the psychiatric drugs they put me on that almost killed me, thank God I'm off it. You know, I felt safe with you. And I think that's what people really want to feel these days. There's so many motivational coaches out there. And God bless them all. Everyone fits different people. But, you know, I think what people are really looking for these days is to feel safe with somebody, to really utterly trust somebody blindly, that, you know, I know when I'm working with you, you know exactly what to do, you know, from experience that and you genuinely care and want me to grow and want me to rely on myself, so that, you know, I don't have another period in my life where, oh, I feel great because of Sahar, but then 6 months down the line I go, oh, hi Sahar, I'm not okay.
Yeah. And I did put one condition down, if you remember. I said, if you commit, I'll commit to you. But if you don't, I'll drop you like a hot potato. Because one of the most important things is for the client to believe that they can change. As you said, a lot of people just want to hold hands and complain all the time. But I'm known not to let people talk about their past, simply because I do know why you are stuck and why you are here. I'm quite intuitive. I tune into you in the now. And I know the dynamic that has led you to where you are. So when we repeat our story, when we repeat the past, we're only reinforcing it. But if the desire is to change, then we must act in a changed way. And you kind of were given a lot of homework. You were given a lot of tasks. Which one do you remember? Which one stuck to you? What I call tools for life, you know, that you can always use.
Well, because I've suffered from so much trauma since the age of 2, and I'm 53 now, so it's quite a long time on all levels. What is important for me is to feel safe in my body, and I was very disassociated from my body. So when you gave me tasks like, you know, oh, Jesus. Are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought because the electricity went away. So when you gave me tasks like, you know, go under the shower and put cold water all over your body, put perfume, you know, the voice notes really, really helped me. Like in the morning, first thing in the morning, do your voice notes and see how you feel in your body and express what's happening to your body, express what's happening to you emotionally.
Let me explain about the voice notes. When I work with a client online, one of the first things that I ask them to do is to keep a body emotion journal. We call it BE journal or B journal. And in this journal, it's not a diary, no details, no analysis. It's simply observing where you are. How is your energy levels? How does your body feel? Where do you get pain? Where is not working? Whatever it is. And same thing emotionally, just to describe or report back to yourself, where is your state? And the reason is that we started with the body, Lena, as you know, is Unbox is based on the 4 dimensions of change. It's an integrative approach, a holistic approach that brings body, emotions, mind, and accountability together. So these 4 factors I call BIMA, so just that people can remember them. And the biggest foundation is the body, because our bodies, as you know, hold the memory, the cellular memory of everything that we went through. So when we are stuck and we start working from the now, it is basically the gateway to the past. And this is another reason why there's no reason to go back to the past, because we're looking for an exit rather than we're looking to reinforce the drama. So when you started that journal, I helped you kind of spot your own patterns. That was the whole point of the journal. And you were unable to write at that time. So you were doing voice messages to yourself. You were taking voice notes. I said, you know, take voice notes instead of writing. And I think that was a great help for you to hear yourself, observe yourself, hear yourself. And something got, you know, something got like, hi, hello, yeah, I can change this. And okay, you tell us, what else? How did you feel after that? Because you had many kind of revelations. Do you remember when we did the thought tracing pattern to kind of...
Yeah, I love that. That was amazing. I was going to get to that actually, but can I just say something before I answer that? Okay, I'm going back to you saying that you want to encourage people to work on themselves, that if you don't commit, then, you know, and like, I remember I was like a schoolgirl doing my homework, and And I'd be like, Sahar, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do this. I'll do it tomorrow. I promise I'll do it tomorrow. Don't give up on me. You know, I felt like you really, that's what's so powerful about working with you, is that you not only get someone to commit to work towards with you, you get somebody to commit to work on themselves. Like, I'm quite lazy sometimes.
Yeah, it's about you. It's not about me. But, you know, I am really, really passionate about helping people unstuck, because I went through very difficult times, as you know, and many of my clients and listeners know, you know, with losing loved ones, moving out of home because of wars, invasions, and then lost my father, then my brother, then my husband, then my mother. I had to reinvent my life at every time. And what helped me is just that the belief that tomorrow has to be better than today. So I understand your suffering, but I wanted your mindset to shift to where you can go instead of where I am today. And you've done it. You've done it at a record speed time. Honestly, you are so committed. Hats off to you. And I'm really grateful to you. What can I tell you? It was a pleasure to work with you, just to see the change happening, although it wasn't done in the conventional way, because we had to make do with whatever was available to us. But you've really done it. Look at you. You look amazing. You've been buzzing around all day today, having meetings. You've relaunched your business. I wish you well. And by the way, tell our listeners your website so they can go and check it out.
Yeah, thanks, Sahar. I just want to say that you know, because I was feeling so much progress, really, literally, honestly, from the first day I spoke to you, I felt so much motivation coming from you that you ignited that in me. I was like, no, I'm going to do something about my life. I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to put it off, and I'm not going to procrastinate, because I used to be the queen of procrastination when it comes to me, not at work, but, you know. And so, like, sometimes, you know, when you would be hard with me, and that really worked with me too, because, you know, but you did it with so much love. It wasn't like a cruel, you know, mean way.
I'm firm, but I'm not. But it's cruel for sure. I understood. But
but it was so important for me that you pushed me. You're like, yalla, khalas, and don't go on your story. Don't go on your old poor me, boo-hoo victim consciousness. Yeah. Sorry.
I think we feel victimized because we feel helpless. We want a way out. We want to come out of the box, but we don't know how. And I understood that your frustration was, I didn't know what to do to come out of the box. But when you did, my God, you did. And I remember, I want to go back to that thought form, because you're probably one of few clients who's done a lot of thought form mapping. I mean, usually people would do one or two, but you were like, whoa, sending them, texting them over one by one. And I could feel your joy at discovering how you were almost causing your pain through the thought process that you had.
Yes.
It was like a child, you know, a dog with a bone, a child with a present, you know, you couldn't just unravel all these old beliefs and put new ones in. And I think this is what gave you the huge leap, that you suddenly realized, okay, if I'm causing this to myself, then I can cause something positive to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And what I wanted to add, because as you're talking, I'm remembering, because it feels like 10,000 years ago we did this, because I've done such a quantum leap. I'm like, oh, when did we do that? But I realized how, you know, I was really very judgmental of myself and really not honoring who I was at all. And I think also that comes from whatever, I don't know. I mean, there's so many theories that your parents or your teachers or whatever.
It's
exactly.
So we all do it to ourselves.
Yeah,
because we know we can be better, but we don't know how. So we beat ourselves up. You know, I should have learned better. I should have done better. You know, but that's what I call, you know, the human. What it is to be human. You have to understand all these processes that go on in a person. That is nothing personal to you. This is how the mind behaves. This is how the brain behaves. This is how the brain processes thoughts and so on. And if you understood the mechanism of how emotions are received and how the body responds to them, then you can understand there's a mechanism going on. There's nothing personal. And then you can elevate your understanding and therefore navigate your life better. but you've really done it. Tell us what other tool you find useful, apart from the BE journal and the thought processing, the mind mapping that we did. What else stuck in your mind? The voice notes. Actually, the voice notes were quite useful. So I might ask clients to do that instead of writing, to make voice notes. Because whatever you hear goes into your subconscious consciously, and it helps you to rewrite old belief systems a lot faster. So thank you for that. Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, you gave me so many beautiful tools, like, paint, write your thoughts down.
Creativity is very important. My main thing with you was, because physically you were so tired, paralyzed, you couldn't move. We needed the body to relax, and pleasure is an antidote to whatever is going on with the body. The more pleasure you have, the more inspiration you will receive. The more creative you are, the more inspiration you will receive. Literally, you'll get more energy, and that can charge up your system instead of obsessing. Why am I not getting better? Why am I not improving? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? The mind does that. There was nothing personal in what you said. It was just, we tend to do that to avoid the work that we needed to do. How did you find pleasure? Tell us about the horses that you discovered.
Tell us about what, sorry?
The horses.
Oh, the horses. Oh,
yes, the horses.
Yeah, so I because you're obviously in Dubai, and I wish I was with you and I could see you, and I felt like,
I hope
I had enough. Sorry?
I said, I hope you'll visit soon.
Yes, inshallah. So yeah, my brother lives there, so hopefully I'll come. So I discovered a girl called Hayat Fakhouri who does equine therapy here in Lebanon, which is quite a rare thing, in the world in general. So I was very lucky to find her through a friend of mine, because I love animals and I really, really connect with animals. Probably, well, I hate to say this, more than humans.
So you got a bit of your energy back. You started moving. You started going out, which you didn't when we started. And then suddenly I heard from you, like a few days later, and you said, oh, I found this equine farm and it's amazing. And now you're actually going out because it's out of the city, isn't it?
Yes.
And the horses brought you back to life as well.
Definitely. I mean, you really, really basically made me rise from the dead. I'm not joking. Like I was
connection with nature, Lena. You've done the work yourself. Honestly, I was just guiding you, but you've done the work and you went even more because you felt I needed that connection. And I remember the picture that you drew me and all these sunset pictures that you sent me. So you began to connect with something which is outside yourself. Again, we want to do that. We want to stop the self-analysis and to look forward to where we want to go. Horses. So what did you enjoy about the horses? I'm really intrigued because I've always wanted to do that. I went once to a farm I know of, but I didn't have time to spend with the horses. But it was an amazing experience just to watch them work on other people.
Yeah, well, when they breathe on you, it's the most incredible sensation. Like and I have 3 horses and there's one stallion called Blue, and Billy, she's a race. She was trained to be a racehorse, but no one used her as a racehorse. So Hayat rescued her, and so she's the female. And then there's Simba, the little pony, who's so cute. So these 3, I mean, you sit with Hayat in the middle of an arena, and she just talks a little bit. So Hayat said, I don't want to know your story. And that's what I liked about the therapy. With her, I was like, I don't want to know my story.
I'm glad to hear it, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, the horses know your story.
Yeah.
So the horses help you to ground, which I need, I'm always flying. Ooh, I need to like ground and settle. I'm still working on that. And so to connect, because, people with a lot of trauma also disassociate from their body. So when she asks me, how do you feel in your body? And you used to ask me that as well, to write what you feel. It was very difficult for me to say what I feel.
I didn't know what to say, yes.
I didn't know. So the horses, like, I'll just give you one example. Like, the 3 of them will be like, all of a sudden going, the 3 of them. And then I go, Hayat, what are they saying? She goes, they want you to breathe.
Oh, wow, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, like they because so basically they are mirroring what you're feeling inside.
Amazing. So they kind of sense what you're going through, and then they give you a response. But you know, breath is one of, I mean, it's magical. If we weren't breathing, we won't be alive. But it's truly, breath connects you with nature.
Yes.
It connects you with the rhythm, if you will, that everything is pulsating out. So when people shallow breathe, I know that there's an issue. When you don't take the breath all the way in, you can tell that someone is stressed. You know, they're not taking time to breathe. And you complained a lot about not feeling grounded. And the reason that we don't feel grounded is because the mind is racing. It's working really hard. So all your attention, all your body is up here towards the head, instead of feeling grounded and part of this whole universe, or let me say planet Earth, that is going around anyway, and it is quite grounded. So it's where you direct your awareness, which is really important. And that's my point to the listeners. Wherever you direct your awareness, you're going to see change in your life, like Lena. So she directed her awareness to the body, and then to her emotions, and then to the mind, to creating pleasurable activities. And gradually, but in a very short time, she went back and she claimed her life. I want to talk about, do you remember when we spoke about within every person, there's a child, there's an adult, there's a parent, and there's an adult. Tell us a little bit how that helped you. When someone is complaining and like, I hate this and I hate my life, you know, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Which kind of archetype were you in?
Oh my God, I was the wounded child. I was like hating everybody in the world and feeling a victim, like.
Yeah. So if you don't want people to lecture you, to parent you, to judge you, to comment on you, then you have to behave like an adult. Otherwise, if you get stuck in the child pattern, then people respond to you as a parent. I saw in you a huge change also when we worked on that, because you realized I am an adult and I can get my life back. And you started making appointments and going and fixing little things in your body, needed attention, and you know that you were ignoring, and so on. So it's really, really important. Yeah. Ground yourself in your body. And I'm so pleased to see that you've been really buzzing around. I want you to mention your website. It's a great website that you're working on. I'm very happy for you. So please, again, let our listeners know, what is your website?
Thank you. That's so sweet. It's still under construction, but yes, I will get it done soon. Good, good. No, I mean, everything's there, the elements. I just have to get, you know, more organized. It's called, it's www.purplemuse.com, and that's as in the color purple, and muse, M-U-S-E. So purple, one word, purplemuse.com.
So now, because, you know, I get thousands and thousands of downloads to my podcast, Lena. So now is the commitment for you to finish your website.
Yes, thank you. No, I will be done.
Let me say an incentive so you could finish it.
Yes.
Because I'm so thrilled for you. I'm thrilled that you came to share your experience with our listeners. I'm thrilled that we're doing it as a video as well, and it's going to go on YouTube. And I'm really, really grateful to your idea of you having the desire to share your experience. And you and I, anyway, will stay in touch. If any of my listeners have any questions, please contact me, and make sure that you review this podcast so that you can see more of them coming. Lena, I know you have to rush to a very important meeting. I want to thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sahar. I just want to say quickly before you go that I'm really moved by everything you've done for me.
I am touched.
God bless you. God bless you. You're so, so beautiful. Thank you, inside out. And, you know, it's such a joy to, you know, to give somebody back their life. That is the most precious thing you can do for anybody. So thank you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.